The New York Knicks are officially targeting rising star center Walker Kessler from the Utah Jazz, along with Nick Richards from the Charlotte Hornets, and we have to talk about it. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into the video as we always do, because the New York Knicks have been known to be targeting Nick Richards a little bit, but it has also officially come out that that is one true, but that they are also targeting Walker Kessler, a man who since coming to Utah out of the draft has been an awesome rim protector and a rising star who played for Team USA, and this is all from Michael A. Scotto, who recently reported it. Now, Scotto said the Knicks have also made inquiries on the trade market, showing interest in Jazz center Walker Kessler, along with Hornets center Nick Richards, and there's belief from rival executives that Utah would listen to trade calls for Kessler. Now, the Utah Jazz are in a weird position because they still have Lauri Markkanen, though it appears that they're going to try to trade him finally, along with John Collins, who's just usually on the trade block. That's how his life works. And now it seems like they'd also be willing to trade Walker Kessler, completely start over, have no one who's due for a massive contract soon, sell off everyone you can for as many draft picks as humanly possible, and rebuild that way. It's a strategy that Danny Ainge loves to use, and he'd be happy to use it once again for the Utah Jazz to make it fully work and make them really get the chance to rebuild from scratch. Because when they acquired Lauri Markkanen, remember they were the first seed for a little bit. They were weirdly good. They fell off a cliff. They ended as like an 11th seed or something like that. And they've never really gotten to properly tank because Lauri's been too good to prevent them from being a 15th seed. So if they trade Markkanen, then their best player becomes Walker Kessler along with Jordan Clarkson. They would trade Clarkson, absolutely. Many contending teams will make a move for him at the deadline. If they trade Walker Kessler, then their rim protection goes down. Then they just have to move John Collins, or they just let him sit there and average 24 points on a losing team, and then maybe his value goes up. Or you just let him get traded also. You get as many picks as humanly possible as soon as possible, and then you start a massive rebuild, similar to what the Oklahoma City Thunder did to set themselves up with a stacked-up team that included taking our boy Isaiah Hartenstein from us. And now the Knicks need to find a center to do so, to replace Hartenstein. Now, obviously, Walker Kessler is not Isaiah Hartenstein. They have one thing in common, or, a few things. Mainly just that they're big, white NBA centers who are really good at rim protection. Walker Kessler is not the passer that Isaiah Hartenstein is. He's not the high post threat that Isaiah Hartenstein is. But there's a lot of good to him. For instance, he's young. He's a rising star. People see this guy as someone who can really blow up onto the scene and get a lot better. And I honestly agree. And let's just take a look at the man's stats real quick. Walker Kessler put up 8 points per game with 7.5 rebounds and 1 assist. He blocked 2.5 shots per game with half a steal per game, which means he put up 3 stocks per game, which is very good. That is the marking of a great defender. He only fouled 2.1 times per game, so his fouls are under control. He shoots 65% from the field and also shoots 21% from 3. As I said, he's not exactly a high post threat when it comes to playmaking, but the man can hit a mid-range, and he can actually hit a 3 to a slight degree. I don't think he'd be shooting 3s with the Knicks, but he's a very solid player who's got a lot of room to improve, and I think he would improve under Tom Thibodeau. Tibbs and big man coach Othella Harrington have been excellent when it comes to developing big men. Whether it was making Mitchell Robinson take the next step to where he was putting up 1.5 steals and 1.5 blocks per game before he went down with the injury while having the best season of his career and being in Defensive Player of the Year conversations, or taking Isaiah Hartenstein, a backup on the Clippers, and having him absolutely break out to the point where now he's going to get paid $29 million per year from the Oklahoma City Thunder for the next 3 seasons. Jericho Sims, it didn't really work out that well. Precious Achiuwa put up, when he started, 10 points and 11 rebounds as the Knicks' starting power forward. The Knicks have shown that when they add big men to their teams with high potential, they unlock that potential. I think that can happen with Walker Kessler. I think Walker Kessler can come to the Knicks and challenge Mitchell Robinson for the starting spot. Now, I think Mitchell Robinson is a phenomenal center. I've said it time and time again. Throughout the entire season, I was like, Mitch is still the best center on the roster. He's just injured, or he's playing injured. Mitch is a phenomenal center. I have full trust in Mitchell Robinson. The one fear is the injuries. I don't trust that he's going to stay healthy all the time. Now, he could have a fine season like in 2022 or 2023 when he was completely healthy. Knicks go to the second round of the playoffs, lose to Miami. Mitch played like a monster against Cleveland. As we all know, the Jared Allen quote, I guess the lights were just too bright. Mitch torched Jared Allen and Evan Mobley at the same time. He stayed mostly healthy throughout the season. Yeah, he missed some time due to injuries, but most big men do. It's not that big of a concern. Most athletic big men get hurt. You have Walker Kessler as a handcuff while also having Jericho Sims as someone who can easily be a third-string center, not to mention new 58th overall pick Ariel Hukporti, who the Knicks could maybe plug and play in as he's 22 years old, and someone who's viewed to be as NBA ready as a 58th overall pick can be. So the Knicks will have some options. The big fear is the cost of Walker Kessler, which makes you fall back to a guy like Nick Richards. Now, I did a deep dive on Nick Richards the other day. It came out this morning, and that's great. No, but let's see his stats once again. Nick Richards put up 10 points per game with 8 rebounds. That's more than either Hartenstein or Mitch put up when it comes to points per game. He also blocks 1 shot per game and has 0.4 steals. Is he the defender that Walker Kessler is? No. But he hits a lot of his twos. He shoots 69% from the field. Good percentage like Walker Kessler. The big thing is when you look at the advanced numbers, negative defensive box plus minus, negative value over replacement player. He's on the Hornets, so that has to be taken with some degree that you have to remember that. But also then when you look at Kessler, he was on a bad team and had a defensive box plus minus of 1.3, which is very good, and a great value over replacement player of 1.1. So Walker Kessler, despite being on a bad team, was able to put up great numbers, very efficient numbers, something Richards didn't do. Kessler is better than Richards. That is not a hot take. We all agree on that. Now, I would love Nick Richards on the Knicks. I would rather Walker Kessler. I didn't really think he was an option. It appears the Knicks are looking at him. Leon, try to get it done. The big fear is the Danny Ainge tax. What is he going to charge the Knicks for this guy? I mean, he asked the Knicks for what? RJ, IQ, Mitch, 3 firsts, and 2 swaps for Donovan Mitchell. If the Knicks want Walker Kessler, he's going to try to upcharge him as much as possible. So let's kind of just take a look real quick at this little bad boy. That's funny. There we go. This trade I cooked up where the Knicks give Jericho Sims to match the contract of Walker Kessler, meaning they won't have to give... Basically, they won't go into their salary cap anymore while also giving that protected Wizards pick that if the Wizards pick top 8 in 2027, then that pick will convey into 2 second-round picks. A bet the Jazz might be willing to take. Now, if the Jazz are like, well, we also want 2 second-rounders with this trade, then I'd be like, all right, go for it. Have fun. Take the 2 second-rounders. It's so worth it. The Knicks acquired 6 second-rounders on draft night, used 3 of them on Tyler Kolek, acquired another one for the Mikal Bridges trade, in the Mikal Bridges trade, I should say. So there's a lot of second-round picks that they've just recently got. Flip them for Walker Kessler, dude. A top 9 with Walker Kessler is a phenomenal team. He's also still for 2 more years on a very cheap contract, so you don't really have to worry about the whole financial situation the Knicks are dealing with. So there's a lot of good for it, and mainly Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson as your starters. You have Mitch play 24 minutes. Then you have Walker Kessler play 24 minutes, while you're also plugging in Deuce McBride, Josh Hart, and our 6th man, Dante DiVincenzo. That is the best top 9 in the NBA, and frankly, it wouldn't even be that close. This would make the Knicks a legit finals contender. Walker Kessler is better than Isaiah Hartenstein, if I'm being honest. If you can do this and it's not too pricey, Leon Rose, get it done. Now, guys, let me know what you think down below. Give me a breakdown on the trade. Do you think it'd be a good idea? Let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe to Knicks Digest, turn on post notifications. We got videos like this all summer long. We're not slowing down. You guys don't want to miss any of it. So, guys, have a phenomenal day. If you're a Yankee fan, make sure to go check me out on Yankees Digest also. And go Knicks. And I guess also Yankees now.